Let's see what's going on in the new podcast. Today, Trisha's got some guy on here. Okay, Zach Sang. He's like, I think he's a podcasting guy. This episode of Just Trish is called Zach Sang on introducing Trish to Ariana Grande and cringy interview moments. Okay. He's looking fresh. He's got like, you know, total scab action just like Trisha. He's got like what we call a nice juicy one down here. Look at that fucking bleeding cyst. Okay, and his legs. Nothing going on here. Smaller than hell. He's probably got a couple piss stains down there. He looks like somebody that, you know, just stepped out of Britain. He's got like that what do they call this? Not a Jeffrey hat. Whatever. Like he like watches too much Impractical Jokers. He's into Q's hat. But she's got this guy on here today. I'm sure it's just a hoot. It's fucking an hour and 50 minutes. Jesus Christ. Legs are out today. Trisha looking bigger than ever. Actually, we can tell the thinning. Wow, this is just so big. Look at the size of this. Look how much this is. Like if you look at her torso, huge as hell. And then it just widens. Like, dude, she's got 2 inches on each side. This is probably a 4 foot, 5 foot wide chair.
The most cozy home I've ever been in, but also have like the...
You know, Trisha might be wider in her legs and like she might be half her height, if not more, in the width of her legs.
Is trying to...
God damn!
Pop culture greatness, and you just look around and you see all the things that are attached to you that hold such a place in the zeitgeist and in cultural history and in internet history. Even like when we pulled up, Moses is waiting like at the top of your driveway to open up the gate, and everyone in the car is freaking out.
That's so funny. No. Did it not have to do anything? No.
This is the story of my life.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, well, Theo asked it because it's you know, he's a racist. I can't wait to watch this tomorrow. This motherfucking shows. It is. Oh my God. Frames are unreal. I'm behind almost 8,000 frames.
Hello.
We're not behind. Drop.
Welcome back to Just Trish, and today we have a very special guest, our beautiful human.
Is this like super loud? Let me know if is her audio is the audio really loud? Should I turn down Trish?
Human. Hello, beautiful human, Zach Sang.
Hi, Trisha Paytas.
We just had such a good intro.
Oh yeah. What the fuck's wrong with you, man? Be having that exorcist wrist. This dude's too comfortable already. He'd be looking like a fucking slime ball. He looks like a carny. This motherfucker like works the Ferris wheel at like Staten Island shithole fucking pier. Doesn't Staten Island have a Ferris wheel? Okay, come to Staten Island. We got that thing that's at every fucking carnival ever. Enjoy. Also, we don't really like black people around here. Staten Island's quite racist. Quite racist place. And spread the word. Pete Davidson actually does love living there because of that. Spread the word. The views are 70. No, wait. Okay, let's refresh. Let's check again. Oh my God, look at his teeth. And his shitty mustache. Dude, you be having that bullshit oblong shape, dude. You be like... Nobody wants to get with Zach Sling. So yeah, 75,000 views.
Half the most cozy.
What the fuck is this? I'm like watching it in Minecraft mode. Okay, there we go.
It's half the most cozy home I've ever been in, but also have like this shrine.
I don't give a fuck. We gotta go to the show.
Be a broadcaster. We are looking at broadcast.
Go back.
No. Go for my own job.
Come back.
You do. You just scrap it.
There were some where we
back.
technical difficulties exist it just exists in the world of what we do.
Oh my God, dude. What do you do? Zach Slang. Let's get this fucking guy pulled up. Let's check out Zach Sang. Okay, what the fuck is Sang? Zach Sang. This motherfucker's almost as bad as... Remember Billy Zane, the guy from Titanic? Fucking bullshit guy. Okay, he was in the movie The Rocketeer. Rocket Man, or whatever the fuck it was called. Let's look up Zach Sang. Okay, here he is. The Zach Sang Show. What the... Dude, your show... What the fuck was that? His show's pathetic. Look at these damn views. I got some motion on my camera. I don't care. All right. So this is Zach saying, this is a little, we got to give a little bit of context behind the guy. He's a podcaster. He's been around for a while, though. I remember him interviewing Trisha a long time ago. He's got 180. Okay, so he's got 800K subscribers. Let's look at his most popular shit. Okay, he's got a couple million. Oh, he had Ariana Grande on here. What the fuck is this?
Hello.
So is he must, I gotta figure out who he is. This is not how you figure out who somebody is. He must be like an LA radio host or something. Let's go to Wikipedia. Let's fucking blow my eyes out with all this brightness. Zach Sang is an American radio DJ career. He quickly amassed an online following from his home studio. Zach Sang, the student body on the on Goom Radio, an online radio venture. He serves as a creative and executive producer and the music director of the Zach Sang Radio and the biggest teen radio stations at the time. Zach currently hosts a weekend countdown that airs nationally on in Canada and Roger Media's Kiss radio stations. So what's he doing today? Oh, here we go. Here's some of his personal life. Zach is a member of the LGBT community, identifying as a queer. Oh, for a second I saw the word frog, so I thought he was going to say well, there's no word frog. There's bulldog. I got really discombobulated. I thought he was going to say I identify as a frog. Zach also adopted a French bulldog named Lou in 2019. And he has a sister that be fucking big. Bigger than hell. Okay, so let's go to like his newest. So on March 1st, 2022, Zach posted a new logo to his show and teased a revival on his Twitter account, which was later reposted to his Twitter, Facebook, yada, yada, yada. And the following week, Zach announced that his show would move to an Amazon-based audio service called AMP, and that new celebrity interviews would still be posted on YouTube account, and the first 5 of them being, the first 5, okay, whatever. So he's nobody. He's fell off. He's not what he used to be. He looks like he's on drugs right here. This is 5 years ago. 3.1 million views. He's got Ariana Grande on here showing off her fucking horse's tail. Look how fucking high he is, dude. LA's done him dirty. He looks like he's been like, injecting PCP into his fucking nostrils, and it's starting to make his eyes close because he's seeing so many shadow monsters.
Leave comment.
What are you doing, bro? You look like you're on pills. He's got that rash, that red, rosy cheeks because he's so damn smooth off of Perk 30s.
It's below.
I don't care. This is going to get me claimed. This is going to get me claimed. Let me check the fucking stream. He's a nobody. I hate his voice. Who is this guy? Chitterville says that's her biggest fan. I got to go. I'll watch. Reply later. See you later, cocktail dress. I hope you have a wonderful night. We're just getting into this.
Thank you.
I don't know what I just said. I've never said that in my life.
What did you even say?
Sitting on my couch. It's been a sec.
What would I do if I had her on my couch? I'd be like, I hope you're not shedding today. Okay, I don't want these strands over here. I could probably put these on a guitar string and have an electric guitar with your hair strands.
I feel
Sitting on my couch.
you are this. This is it. It's all I got. It's not a bad couch.
This is her couch.
Suck too bad.
No, it's sick.
But
Good on you.
Thank you.
I don't know what I just said. I've never said that in my life.
Oh, wow. Okay, so we've been fucking smoking a fucking million damn blunts before this. Okay, like, this guy's too comfortable. He's red. He's red as hell. Almost as red as I get. But he's red because he's like, trying to hide the biggest problem over here. He ain't gay. He's got a boner. Who the fuck puts a pillow in front of their crotch? Okay, I've met people that, like, they go to somebody's house, the first thing they do is hug on a pillow. Carrying it around from room to room. Like, what are you doing with my pillow? Fucking weirdo. And he looks like he's hiding a big, well, not big, but he's hiding a problem. He's got his little point down there. So here's Ariana Grande. Looking like a fucking goddess. Okay, she be having that brown brick colored skin. Okay?
Good on.
I've seen her without makeup, man. She be looking fucking like bullshit. I'm just kidding.
You.
That's a joke.
Go on.
But she don't be having this. I always like when I see somebody with them point fucking eyelashes, I'm like, oh, they were born like that? No, it's makeup. Okay, it does a lot. Camouflage is the problems. Okay.
We have so much to catch up on in reality because I've seen you not a lot.
Just kidding. All right, so he's got bedhead.
But there's been so much life that's hit you over the last couple weeks. Couple weeks, few weeks, months, year. Sweeten her out. Very soon.
Oh my God, I just realized she's wearing Marshall's clothes, NASA brand. NASA brand has really paid a lot of money for like celebrities to wear their stupid shirts. NASA. And then they have maybe a cool design of space in the background. Get that NASA shit. These clothes are garbage.
Sure.
I hate NASA brand. Fucking space cadets walking around. They don't know the first thing about a moon. They still think the moon's made of cheese when they wear this type of shit.
I think it's just where I'm at. I think it's like a combination of everything. I think it's like personal growth, spent a ton of time in therapy.
Oh, cussing. Not good. Cussing up a fucking storm.
Been in therapy since I was little because my parents got divorced when I was 8, and like I was in therapy then, and I was like, I didn't really like it at all. I was just like, I was like, this is stupid. But then I got older and I was like, okay, this is lit. And I like,
look at him right now. He's like, what are you talking? He's like, dude, I don't know what he's going. What the fuck did you take this morning? Would you swallow like one of them horse tranquilizers? This motherfucker's whole head's about to fall off. He's so fucking out of it. Jesus, Zach, you suck as an interviewer. I would have cut her off immediately, been like, what's that smell? Is that you? And then I'd hit her with funfetti. I'd do a prank right away. There'd be a spring in her chair. She hits the ceiling like a cartoon. We have to get a cartoon spatula to pluck her off the fucking ceiling. Jesus Christ.
kind of became like a thing, you know?
Yeah.
Like you know?
It
It happened fast,
Yeah.
you know? So I had a lot of processing to do when that happened because, of course, your life changes so drastically, like overnight, and it's kind of a scary period, like an adjustment period, you know?
I don't want to hear about your blood.
All the way.
Words.
We dug in.
Well, but while we're on it, do you feel like there's a responsibility on you to be so public and honest about it?
No.
He does have a radio's guy's voice. He has that, like, you know, fucking straight up, like, you know, there's certain radio voices out here that are like, you know, you would either hear them on like a monster truck commercial, or you'd be like, you know, have a voice like his. Okay, it's kind of nerdy. It's got a little bit of like, you know, radio bravado to his voice. He's got some of that drive, but I don't buy it. I mean, he just like bleeds in a smell to me. I can see it in the video. I can hear it coming out of his mouth. I don't think he smells good, and it's like a natural stink.
No, I don't feel like... I try not to take into account what anybody wants from me or what you know, like I try to just like...
Shut the fuck up! All right, I'm done with that. Let's go to something else. Let's go back to Trish. So this is who this is. This is my context. Look at him now. He's looking worse than ever. Wow, you have really not done much to help yourself not look like, you know... He's got that Newsy hair. You know the movie The Newsies? Okay, that was like, you know, a fucking movie that I hated as a kid. My dad's like, get ready. We're going to learn about the newspaper delivery kids. I'm like, fuck this. Christian Bale had that knife. He didn't have a switchblade. He had a switchblade comb. And he'd fucking, 2 of them. Hit his eyebrows first, then slick it back. Pre-Patrick Bateman. Christian Bale. Wow, it's going blank. What am I looking up? I was going to look something up. Now I forgot. Oh, The Newsies. I don't know how to fuck you spell it. Okay, here they are. This is what this guy looks like. He be having like this type of... I don't want my location. What the fuck? Why would you even want that? Right here. He be wearing them type of hats, dude. Oh my God. What the fuck, bro? He's like the kid with the crutch. He's a crippled guy. You can't be... I don't care what color it is. If it's off-white. If it was like, you know... worn by like one of the guys like, you know, Minnesota Fats. It still sucks. It's lame.
Wait, what do you
It's never been a good hat. It's almost as bad as the fedora.
do in that situation? You were saying that. Yeah, you said, what do you do?
just keep going.
What do you mean? You have to restart, though.
Well, yeah, sometimes. But or what ends up happening, like in my case, and this has happened like more than once, where we've done an interview and we realized that we weren't recording audio, or the audio that we were recording, there was something else underneath it, so we couldn't use the audio.
Gianna says, I saw that movie when it came out in the theater. I watched it on VHS, Disney VHS. Remember the classic Disney plastic VHS cases? They're worth money these days. I had Toy Story on that fucking thing. Okay, I remember my dad made me watch there was a Disney movie. It was like I just had it at the tip of my mouth. Johnny Tremaine. Johnny Tremaine was fucking bullshit because it was about a kid that like dipped his hand in like hot steel and he had like a metal hand for the rest of the movie. He was like fucking T2. I gotta see Johnny Tremaine. Tremaine. Okay, so what was he? I don't know what he was. I'm sorry. I'm really diverting the show. I gotta see the part when he burns his hand. He was like the guy with the metal hand. Here it is right here. Got him. He turned his hand into a fine pot. This is it right here. Owie, owie, owie. What the fuck? I don't want this. Get this shit out of here.
Oh yeah.
So what do? You just scrap it?
No, fuck no. I air it. Are you kidding me?
Just like messed up audio.
Yeah, we try to figure it out. And we use camera audio at the end of it. Like we will because at the end of the day, like when we have guests coming in, it's hard to get them to give us additional time. And like we talked to these people for an hour. They were in our studio with their team for like an hour and a half. Like the idea of them coming back and redoing it just seems like impossible. An impossible task.
Like
he's got that worn out voice. He does a lot of talking to himself or like practicing in front of a mirror or doing like shows, recording. He was meant to like, gab up a storm. Okay. And Trish is looking ultra inflated today. Like one of our best, outside monsters that you can get for your yard during Halloween. Okay. Imagine having a Trisha monster like just this in your yard. No kid is going up to that fucking porch. Oh my God, I want to tell a story about this morning. It was so scary. I went out to go smoke a cigarette today. I gotta get some spooky music. Okay, we're having fun. We're not gonna get through all this podcast, but we are gonna. That's my arm red. But we're gonna get through most of it. We'll be finishing it tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna be an extravaganza that you guys have always wanted. So let me get some music on real quick. I just want to show you guys what it's like to be. That is not what I need. I need the fucking spooky stuff. Give me the spooks. All right, here we go. I'll tell you guys a fucked up story. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Spooky Stories with Nate. So this morning, I went out for a cigarette, okay? I went out for a damn cigarette. And it was, after I'd been at work for a couple hours, okay? Wasn't feeling too cold out. It was feeling kind of mild. And I work right around where my house is at, so it's a straight up ghetto. One of our truck drivers got shot one morning because he decided to sleep overnight at our warehouse too. A fella busted out the window. Boomskis! I went to work. It was a bloody mess. There was blood everywhere. But anyways, I'm sitting outside of the job today, smoking a nice cigarette, okay? 7 o'clock cigarette. And it's still dark out, okay? It's starting to get cold out. The weather is a little bit shitty, but not completely shitty. But, seasons change. It gets dark earlier and stays dark longer. So it was like 6:30, 7 o'clock. I'm out there smoking a cigarette. I see the golden cat across the street, and we lock eyes, and we both hear a sound. Okay, I heard some rustling. I heard some goddamn rustling. Like somebody was walking on a sidewalk. I look to my right. I see nothing. I see nobody around. Scared out of my mind. I'm thinking there's like something out there. I don't know what it could be. Because if you don't see something, you hear something. Okay, what are you going to do? You can't tell if there's nobody there. I can't raise my hand. The cops are not going to do shit. So anyways, I looked over to my right again, and I noticed that in front of this guy's house that we would call short shorts, he was like 90 years old guy. He'd have the highest shorts on and running constantly. He's like so goddamn old. His legs are disgusting. Anyways, over by his house there's a telephone pole, and I look over at it. I'm like, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? What do I see? I see what looks like a small person propped up against it with their back turned to me but leaned up against the pole. But I can't really tell because the legs are about this big, it looks like. And I see nothing but red hair. Okay, the first thing I think is that there's a goddamn clown. That's a fucking clown. Why is there a clown here? Okay, but I notice whatever it is, looks like they got a hoodie on. And I don't have good vision anymore. I can't see a goddamn thing at all. And it's even worse at night. I can't see far distance. So I'm like, it's too early for this shit. But I keep looking at it. I'm watching for movement, no movement. But me and the cat, we're both looking. What the hell is that? I'm thinking to myself. So I decided to get the balls up, okay? Because I had a Starbucks. Okay, I had a fucking Starbucks this morning. It gave me the courage to investigate. I walked over and I'm like, oh my God, what is this? Like somebody's Halloween prop? Because I noticed it is, like, it looks like a person. But they're not moving. Once I get closer to the front, I peek over and I see nothing but red. Like a disfigured, bloody head. Then all of a sudden, the head raises, and it's a fucking crackhead. It's a goddamn crackhead lady fucked up.
I wouldn't even want to do it for my own show. Like, with you, it'd just be so... It's like, I don't even like to do that. We only recorded 10 minutes. I'm like, no. Like, it's my worst thing in the world to do, like, 2 takes of anything.
It's hard because, like, at the end of the day, it's an energy drain.
Thank you.
You're learning what it takes to be a broadcaster. We are looking at broadcaster, hostess with the mostest, Trisha Paytas, who opens up her half house, half pop culture museum to the public.
I know. We had a whole thing about that. I was like, oh man, there were so many good things. There were so many good clips. Your little audience, Moses' fan in the audience.
Dude, Trisha just trashed him. She said, your little audience. Oh my God, what are you going to do about that?
I'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about, you big fat bitch? Don't you remember?
Okay, and Trisha does a big gulp because, she committed a fucked up crime around him or something.
And it's like, this was so much that we missed and to redo it all. I'm like, how are we going to do this? We had the energy going and...
No, but okay, sis.
We can recap. You have a boyfriend sister's a fan of Moses' water art. I didn't think Moses had fans. He has fans.
Wow, okay, so he's fucking laughing up a storm, okay? I don't know what the fuck she said, but his boyfriend, this guy's boyfriend's a fan of Moses' water, and they're both laughing about it, like...
Recap. You have a boyfriend sister's a fan of Moses' water art.
Oh, look at it. And he's laughing about it, too. He thought, he forgot to take his fucking blood pressure medicine. He's checking his pulse up here. He'd be having them fucking fat ass, I ate too much spaghetti hands. God damn. What the fuck kind of... What are you, like, got a deformed hand? Is your thumb on the other side? Look at that, dude. His thumb is on the wrong side of the hand. You're a fucking freak, dude. But he's laughing about it. They're both like... Because, Moses' water is like one of his, worst decisions in life. Well, second to worst. First was getting with Trish. And then the second was, having a career centered around taking pictures of water. He didn't have a water museum. He had a fucking place where he did stupid art projects and fucking had a filthy, dirty house.
I didn't think Moses
unacceptable.
had fans. He has fans.
But Moses was a nerd. He saved every cent he had. And that's why Trisha was able to, get that little ring she got that we don't know if it's real. You can just tell you could tell Trisha anything's real. And if you tell her it, she believes it. Okay?
You're like, your house is a museum. We love coming to the museum. There's a King Tut hat. And that's it. That's our recap.
I'm obsessed with you.
Oh my, I'm obsessed with you. I am shook that you're...
Oh my God, dude. They're too much of fucking a peas in a pear. Peas in a pod. This motherfucker is stupid, dude. I like to fucking take him out back and wring him dry with a couple punches in Minecraft.
Here, I'm sure that you're here because honestly, I've never, I did a deep dive into you, but it was just your show. You don't go on anyone else's show. You don't spill the tea. You're doing one now that's round table.
What?
There's 3 hosts now.
Oh, I ended up doing
Oh, wait. What are you talking about, dude? This motherfucker doesn't even know his own show.
An Amazon Live pre-show the other day, and then I have the AM show, which is like my radio show. So that's me, Dan, Cameron, and that could be like Kelsey and Jordan, whoever's in the room. My boyfriend comes on that show from time to time
but
too.
with not his voice.
Well, yeah, we put him through a vocal disguise.
I gotta do something real quick. I'll be right back.
For now, and
Why?
he's like a dark blob on camera. I don't know. I just at the end of the day, I want to build a little mystery. I think if we're going to be very honest, and then ultimately, like everyone's going to get to know him in due time.
You are going to do like a soft launch?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. We're not going to keep him a black blob through a voice changer forever. Nah.
Does he want to be private? You look like a model or something. Like he looks like someone who'd be public. Are you public or?
This motherfucker's in the room. He's not even, he's like, don't mention me. Dude doesn't want to be seen around him. That's hilarious. Zach Sang's getting trash on. So you hear what Zach's doing right now? He's doing something called not showing his entire life or exploiting his loved ones. Trish, you should take notes. I love how like whenever she was on that interview with that stupid filmmaker guy, he's like, I don't just show my kids. I'm not a fucking creep. And she's like, okay, the rest of the show, she was a bitch because she got iced. I love it when like Trisha has like topics pop up where she's like, she's fully on board with exploiting her child.
I just, at the end of the day, I want to build a little mystery. I think if we're going to be very honest, and then
she doesn't understand that either. Trisha's the type of person that like immediately like has her birthday weeks before her birthday because she's so excited for the cake. She doesn't like a surprise. She doesn't like a mystery. She'll follow Moses around all day, just wondering why he looked like, up whenever she told him to look down. Okay. And she'll fucking bleed him dry with a couple knuckle sandwiches. Trisha don't have no damn patience. You can tell by how fat she is. She doesn't know how to slow down or, be easy on the food. You don't have to eat all the food, Trish. You don't have to.
Ultimately, like,
have some fucking restraint and patience. You'll have another meal tomorrow. Trisha eats like she's never going to eat again. She eats like it's her last day alive. God damn.
Everyone's going to get to know him in due time.
You are going to do like a soft launch?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. We're not going to keep him a black blob through a voice changer forever. Nah.
Does he want to be private? You look like a model or something. Like he looks like someone who'd be public. Are you public or private? Oh, okay.
Hello,
So you're down for it.
You
have to be. I think to date someone like you or me, it's like you just kind of have to.
I got to be honest. Like this has been like I've never actually been in a real relationship before in my life. I lost my virginity. Like there's been like so many major events. The internet calls
to your boyfriend.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, because I know last time I saw you, which was like December, you were still, you're like, I do stuff, but not stuff.
Yeah.
So the stuff is done.
The stuff is done.
Yeah, the stuff is stuff? Is that what you said?
The stuff is stuff. Yeah.
Stuff is stuff. What the fuck? Am I watching like a 90s movie? Is this like Dudes Were My Car? What the fuck? This guy be like surfs up, bro, with his disgusting reddish auburn shit hair.
Last time I saw you, which was like,
I hate his legs. I hate this. Why is this fucking here, bro? This isn't Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. This wasn't from his cool skateboarding accident. This is from him itching up a storm because the methamphetamine be making him think there's ants inside his shin. What are these legs, dude? These legs are torrentially fucked up. I mean, his knees busted. She ain't even no soccer player. This motherfucker be having he has like fluid in here. Full of fluid. He can barely get up and down. Him and Trish are like on the same style of knee activity, except Trish's knees are completely disappeared from all that fat. Okay, but if she was to slim down a little bit, they'd be looking the same. Obviously, Trish is a little bit worse. They'd have like the spines of like a lizard. God damn it, her bone structure is probably different.
in December, you were still.
Can you imagine Trish's skeleton? You're like, what the fuck is this? You get this out of a joke book? Okay, you think that, Trish's like bones whenever they take it, because they'll have to study her a lot like a dinosaur. They'll have Trish's bones in the Smithsonian. Okay, and it'll be like, modern era fat fucking bitch, Trish. And like people are gonna be like writing books about it. When they found that fucking woolly mammoth, they're like, bitch, dude, it's in the ice. Let's thaw it out. Okay, and they got the fucking perfect, frozen fossil of a woolly mammoth. Okay, they'll treat her with the same. Remember that guy they found, like that old wanderer or something? That dude that was like the Norwegian walking guy or whatever, and he was frozen, and like people were like, you know, he was on exhibit. They turned him into a potato chip. Okay, they taxidermy him to fuck. But that's like, you know, how they'll treat Trisha, dude. She'll be like a medical oddity. She might be in like some type of like, you know, fucking, not even like a Ripley's, believe it or not. Like some like shit ass town on the outskirts of Florida. Okay. And like, you know, there's like a population of 50. And the best thing they got in town is the fucking little house of oddities. And like Trisha's in the back. They got her spread out. And she's like, oh my God. They're like, whoa, I didn't know it got that big.
Like I do.
Okay. And people are taking pictures next to it. Okay. She's a fucking freak show.
Stuff, but not stuff.
Yeah.
So the stuff is done.
The stuff is done.
Yeah, the stuff is stuff. Is that
The
what you
stuff
said?
is stuff. Yes.
Yeah, how was it?
Phenomenal.
Was it?
Yeah, we
It's never for.
I don't know what they're fucking talking about. See, this is like, you don't tell people shit you don't know. It's like me being over here telling you about all my friends and their names. And like, I'm like telling you stories with no context or like, you know, you don't even know. You don't know shit. And I'm like confusing people. I've done that before on podcasts. We're having a conversation, me and my homies. And then like anybody that listens to it, they're like, dude, I don't know who you're talking. This doesn't make sense. This whole part doesn't make sense. He's over here like, oh, remember the stuff. The fucking
Stuff.
dude, come on, man.
Phenomenal for people's first times. Usually people are like, ooh, no.
I gotta be honest, like we've gotten to know each other very well, and also
I don't know. They probably did OnlyFans or some type of like disgusting, like, you know, art fucking show where they're rubbing shit on each other and like some fucking Daytona 500 NASCAR race.
we align in so many different ways, and I think that's just one of the ways that we align. Correct? I agree. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It could-
Show him, Moses. Wow, look at his stupid eyes. He'd be having like that fucked up, like, you know, he'd be looking like Mike Myers, just like the worst version. Remember the dad from Hillary Duff? The TV show Hillary Duff? He'd be looking like Mike Myers and Hillary Duff's dad mixed together. Their face. Fucking weird.
crazy.
He's got like a rodent face, too. He'd be looking like a fucking straight up rodent.
So cute. And you like had like such a glow up when I first like we're in costume state. It's a Halloween episode. We're Ryan and Sharpay, which I picked, and I feel like it's a little narcissistic. Like I'm like, let me be cute Sharpay, and you just be goofy Ryan over there.
But I am Ryan.
No, you're more of a Troy Bolton. You'd be the star of High School Musical for sure, especially with your hair. Like we should have maybe done that.
Okay. This motherfucker's the extra. He's like the fucking one guy that still hasn't figured out his dance moves in the High School Musical. So they're like, dude, just put him behind the dumpster.
We should have done like Troy and Sharpay.
No, I don't want to show. I can't.
Motherfucker, you know what, Trisha? What is wrong with you? Do you just like see like? Do you have like fucked up shallow Hal like dement? Like, is she dement? Is she on like? Have we like had a medical diagnosis of like, you know, what's going on here? Why this is so big? Okay, and it's not because her brain's big. It's because she has so much hot fucking, you know, hot chocolate up there. Okay, it had no more room. And it's like making her like say insane things. Like, you could be in High School Musical. No, he couldn't.
I've never worn a.
He'd be like that fucking fat ass kid that was on iCarly that would come in with his shirt off. God, I wanted to pinch that kid's nips right off him. I hated him when I was growing up.
Especially with your hair.
And I think I was like way too old to even like know what that show is. But when I saw him come in, I wanted to pulverize his liver with like one of those Bruce Lee. Okay. In Minecraft.
Like we should have maybe done that. We should have done like Troy and Sharpay.
No, I don't want to show. I can't. I've never worn a tank top.
Wait, really?
No, the idea of like wearing a tank top in this setting on camera and I'm going to show my arms
No,
like that.
you look, no, but that's what I'm saying. When I saw you, you looked so good. Like,
thanks.
You had glasses on. You had this cool like plaid outfit. You had your hair in the swoop. And I told you like Kyle MacLachlan, which I don't believe you know who that is. Like that's crazy.
No,
He's
now my only picture of this man is the cosplay of Moses.
Moses dresses Kyle MacLachlan. It's a movie Showgirls, and he was so hot in the movie.
You know that motherfucking dude wants to be seen. Either it's Zach saying he doesn't want to be seen around him because he knows people are going to clown him. He be having like a shitty ass boyfriend. He probably has small legs. Okay. And long ass arms. He be looking weird. Okay, no neck.
Movie. Oh my god.
It's not a good look when you're like, dude, I've only showed him once and he was in disguise. If I was dating a girl and she like, you know, didn't want to like let anybody know about me, I'm like, See ya.
He's so hot.
This motherfucker don't even like his own boyfriend because he can't, he's too into Trisha. He's doing another thing, hiding his boner, just like when Ariana Grande was on. He has no pillow to do it. So he's just shoved his credit card in his hand between his legs and he's hiding this little lump. Trisha, hubba. This might be interesting to know.
He's on Desperate Housewives. He's on Twin Peaks. Like, he's such a hot actor. You have to look him up. Oh my God, that's who you look like. And that's like my biggest celebrity crush. So when I saw you and I saw your hair, I was like, oh my God, you looked amazing. Like glowing. Well, I guess glowing.
She's saying he looks like Kyle MacLachlan. Are you fucking kidding me?
Moses dresses Kyle MacLachlan. It's a movie, Showgirls, and he was so hot in the movie. Oh my God, he's so hot. He was on Desperate Housewives. He's on Twin Peaks. Like, he's such a hot actor. You have to look him up. Oh my God, that's who you look like, and that's like my biggest.
Oh my God, Trish, you got your fucking total blockage in your head. You got like a couple fucking cheese nips blocking your thinking. I mean, there's like a tunnel in her head where like thoughts should be like, flowing through, and they're getting blocked by the cheese nips.
It always works out. Yeah, totally. Yes, yes, applause. I love it. I feel like we're on Oprah right now. And I don't know who's interviewing you. I was like, oh my God, wait, I feel like I'm being interviewed. It's so crazy. Is it hard for you to like be the guest?
Yeah. I would love if Ethan came on here. Okay, he'd be like, damn, bitch. Look at me. You imagine she would be, she'd be upset because he'd come on looking thinner than her.
Because you do ask so many questions.
100%. And in situations like this where I'm like genuinely interested in somebody and I care very much about them and like,
JT says the mayor in Portlandia. And it says he's like that loser who tried to sell his self-tanner for Trisha's Paytas for her to fund her boots. Yeah. He is definitely like a nothing guest. Nobody knows him. We don't know this guy. We know him because I just looked him up. I think I might have watched his fucking or listened to his podcast with Trish before. I think I did. There was like a day at work where I was like, let's go down a very fucked up rabbit hole. Let's learn. And I turned on like the first episode. Trish, stomped into Ethan's podcast. Okay, maybe the second one. I just want to hear her call her a fucking dead body. Like looking like one, like a whale, just drying out on the beach.
I want to talk to you. I'm very interested in how your show's going, and I'm so proud to watch you do this because.
But dude, this motherfucker just got like this is his big, for him, this is his biggest break. This might get views, but dude, it ain't the type of views you want. It's not going to help him.
One of the first things I said to you when
it's just another reason why. It's another fucking this is where her guests are going. You guys were talking. Let's see how bad it gets. Eventually, the interview part of the show is going to cease, and we're going to have 2 fucking days a week with fucking Oscar and Moses.
Make their own radio show.
This shit's done for. This was her next guest. Who the fuck are you? Bro, you're old news.
It's home to democratized radio, so anybody, but also some really cool broadcasters like myself and Joe Budden and Nick Cannon, and it's totally commercial free. You'll never hear the same song twice unless I want you to. Oh. And it's new version of radio, different version, really sparking a radio renaissance. So when I pitched your show to them,
what was the pitch? I want to know.
Well, it was literally this.
Oh, just a Trish show.
Yeah,
because we had talked. Remember, I was like, I told you about Colleen. I told you about all the things like Dr.
She could live off one interview a year. And it says right after Frenemies ended, she was looking for anyone to give her attention. I know I would imagine she when that shit ended was. You guys have to inform me. I don't know shit about the wifeys. I know that I learned about it a couple months ago. When I first started, covering more Trish, okay, there was a time when I wasn't covering so much Trisha Paytas. And, maybe it was, just things connect in the universe, I don't believe in signs, but I do believe in, doing the right thing. And sometimes it takes patience. But I don't know anything about the wifeys. Was the wifeys made after Frenemies ended, or was there always the wifeys? I mean, I know people were going after her for a long time, but did it really amp up after she had her meltdown on the Frenemies show and ate her way out like one of their drywall barriers that they put up because, she was just, an animal.
Well, I knew Dr. Drew. I didn't know Colleen at the time because this was pretty early. Yeah. And then I had heard then a few months later, you ended up launching that podcast. But I pitched them really just a podcast with you and a co-host, and I think we were thinking about Dr. Drew, and then I really mostly focused the pitch on you. And what ended up happening on that call was like they literally said like most of the young people that work for the service have been begging to have you on the service, and then I think there is pushback in other areas, but to the point where like. Yeah, and this is something that you told me that I could have never predicted, which is like I thought you would do crazy brand dollars all the time.
I don't know what the fuck. This is so fucking boring. And they didn't even put time codes on here, which is like, nothing wrong with that. It doesn't matter. I can skip through at any moment and just, it's just going to suck regardless. Like, stop. What is on his finger, dude? He'd be having like a cyst. This boy's like a warts guy. He's got a lot of warts.
Some sports radio shows. This guy, Kid Craddock, got
right there. What the fuck is this? He be having like fucking lumps, cysts on his finger. Look at that. What is this? You're disgusting, dude. What else are we gonna discover during this? She really brought somebody that's just as nasty as her. God damn.
You know what I mean?
I was convincing publicists. Like I was sending these pitches. Like I was able to get my hands on through my parents' and IMDb Pro account back early days. And this is when like there'd be like this is like when people just started getting used to like willingly putting out their contact information online. And I literally would just send pitches, and I would just be on my BlackBerry at the time, and my emails were super long.
Rachel said, "Yeah, wife, you start after frenemies, man. It really blossomed too.
Long and wordy and ridiculous.
Why isn't there more people on the Twitter?" And I was thinking today, what if it has to be costing her money every day to be like having that shit guarded on Reddit? I honestly believe that she can't possibly have the money. There's no way like Reddit could forever ban anything like that. I think it's like she's got these bot accounts. I think it's just a matter of just keep making new wifeys fucking Reddits. Just keep making new Trishy Land wifeys. Just keep making them. And let them get blocked, but it has to be fucking bleeding her dry. I think that's why she was so upset. She was upset because people were shitting on her and like, spreading the truth. But I think she was also upset because that shit was fucking affecting her wallet. There's no way she can afford that. It's got to be costly to like pay for like bots or these people that like, whenever anything pops up with that name on there, immediately gets shut down. I think it's just a matter of just keep making new ones until she just gives up. There's no way she can handle the expense of that.
Ridiculous, and I would just send in.
This bitch is broke. She could barely afford to get them boots. She had to sell. She's selling stuff on Poshmark. She can't afford that Reddit shit. There's no way.
Send until people answer.
Wow. So you just sent one out to Mitchell Moose's publicist, and they're like, "Okay, yeah, he'll do it."
Yeah, I got to give credit to Debbie Ryan. She was our first, first.
Oh no! Oh my God, the internet. I'm sorry, guys. The stream sucks.
Guest that would give me time over the phone, and it was before or right when Sweet Life on Deck was starting.
She's huge then too, yeah.
Yeah, she was starting. I mean, that was like Sweet Life on Deck was her first.
Yeah, and I don't buy that 6 figures thing. There ain't no way this bitch had 6 figures on deck. There's no way. There's no fucking way. The way that she spends, she's constantly fucking feasting. That the bills at that house have to be, she hasn't paid the fucking house off. She's probably got a lot of like IRS issues. I don't think Trisha pays her taxes on time. I think she's got lots of like credit cards that are maxed out. She's like owes a lot of money. Because, that's the Hollywood thing to do. Is just like, put yourself in debt. But like, continue to, I don't know. I don't think she could afford that. There's no way.
First Disney Channel.
Has a lot of money to have on. I mean, people do have that money on the side. She don't have that money on the side, bro. Her extensions are shit. She can't even afford her fucking makeup artist anymore. This bitch be fucking bro.
I think.
Yeah.
And that would go on to definitely change her life and definitely change mine. And she gave me time when nobody else did, so I owe her beyond.
Oh my God, she on your show? Has she been on your show recently?
Not recently, no.
Because she's married to like a musician, right?
Yeah, the guy from 21 Pilots.
That's wild. Have you seen their house tour? It's so crazy.
You're such a YouTube girly.
Oh, I'm such TikTok, everything. Like I just consume social media. Like I couldn't tell you one song or thing she was on, but I just know everything about Debbie Ryan because of the interviews and stuff.
All over the Architectural Digest.
Yes, I'm on it. I love it. And I kind of love her just because I've always seen her interviews, being kind of like wacky or whatever, the History Channel. I made history, like that thing. So I know her from the memes, but that's it.
What the fuck, dude? This is so boring.
eventful, interesting, exciting radio that I've ever built was from my bedroom and from my first radio studio ever, and like just doing it and like real talk. Like I've done the show for now. Like
GT says she went to Reddit and it's also auto banned. That Frenemies 3 subreddit will be quick to get it removed. I went back to Twitter in April. She spent almost 6 figures on the Donny Osmond. Oh, that's what you meant. Sorry. That would be amazing if she spent that much money to have such a terrible fucking interview. That's pathetic. That motherfucker don't even like her. That's why he was glowing, because he had fucking cash in his pocket or like in a suitcase on the side. And like, you know, a couple gift cards that she hasn't, you know, they got a couple like a month or two left on before they're expired. It's weird that she doesn't include or give Oscar credit for guest interviews. Yeah, she's petty. It's all her doing. Like, this guy probably was her, you know, she easily got him. This motherfucker got paid. She says, Amazon affiliate links, I get a small commission. What? Amazon affiliate links, I get small commission. Huh. Okay, so she's like letting us know she's getting some money off this show. She's got another Just Trish fucking code over here. 25% off your first order of morning recovery. Gotta head there after we start informing them.
Like 16 years or something.
Okay, how are they gonna recover from, like, you know, sponsoring an ex, you know, Semite?
It's an amazing interview, and
wow,
it's iconic, and she's incredible, and just awesome. It's easier to ask questions that are really deep and meaningful and personal when you have time with somebody, because you're establishing something and you're really talking to them. And I genuinely care. Like, and I hope you feel that when you've come on our show. Like,
always.
I get, like, I'm emotionally drained after interviews because I leave it out.
Okay, so I don't want to watch this anymore.